Hey, good morning, everybody. I don't know about you. It's great to be here, to be able to hug somebody, to kiss somebody. It's been a long haul, long journey. We haven't done anything. So hopefully you guys had opportunity to relax a little bit, and now back to focusing on math work. So I think what we're going to do today is try to really bring everybody up to date for the last 2 years, what we have done, virtually. Actually, we accomplished a lot. So, and then talk a little bit about how we actually got there, but also opportunity and challenge. Those are the three areas and I wanted to touch upon. So I see the one thing is I start seeing a lot of new familiar faces. And Michelle, I haven't seen you for so long. It's been a long time. So thank you. Welcome. All right. So for those of you not necessarily know kind of MEF work, to work on MEF 3.0, basically it's three areas which we're focusing on. One is a service category, as the Digital Service Committee has been doing hard at work. And there's four areas: edge, cybersecurity, overlay, and underlay. And as each of the area being progressed, we're really pleased to see that the momentum we have built. I'll show you a little bit there a little bit later. Secondly, as LSO automation, that has been really driving the overall momentum from within the especially the last year or so. You see the service providers come together to really talk about how they automate the buying and selling. The work has been there we've been working on this for a long time, but finally we see the creation of it. So I was really pleased to and we have like Kevin mentioned, we have the partners conference tomorrow, and in and itself is really the reflection of how much we have done, in terms of being able to motivate the buyers and sellers work together to automate the buying and selling processes. Last but not least is a test and certification. Certification has always been a cornerstone for our growth, and the build the basic foundation for the interoperability. And we've really been very happy in terms of the things has been done in that area. Those are if you think of what MEF is doing, basically those are the three areas: services, the automation, and then test and certification. So let's see the accomplishment here. So from LSO perspective, we have 4 releases, which is really amazing. We actually just do that over the last 2 years, increase an incredible awareness, and I'll show you the adoption momentums. And OIT is a new thing we created, really helping people to be onboarded and tested for interoperability purposes, and cloud-based is amazing. And certification has picking up the steam, and I mentioned. And marketplace we created recently, really trying to push the market, moving things forward. So in the preliminary survey we done with our members, as you know, most of the members are service providers. And we see a significant momentum in terms of building, buying, and selling, adopting our Sonata APIs. And it's really important to see that momentum, not only just as the very beginning. This is a survey. Obviously, we're going to continue doing that, but this is just initial preliminary survey saying there's 60 companies, basically on trajectory to adopt our LSO APIs. But as we continue to grow, as the buyers start asking the sellers, implementing automated way to provide last mile loops or otherwise, and we're anticipating this number will go a lot higher in terms of the overall adoption. So we're really pleased to see the overall momentum. And it's been a lot of work, a lot of people in this area, especially staff led by Kevin, and also supported by the staff, and obviously Pascal as our CTO, it really helped us to drive things forward as well. So the next one is the SD-WAN and security area, which we has made tremendous progress in this area over the last 2 years. We literally pretty much dominated the whole SD-WAN definition and area where we start showing the certification results as well. We just started working on the security, well underway from the security perspective. SASE, Zero Trust, and that's actually going to be a cornerstone for our next generation of growth. From that perspective, really build a really good foundation for what MEF would be known for from security perspective. It's a big area where we're trying to harness overall momentum of the industry, whereas fragmented, we're trying to harness them together. So organization-wise, over the last 2 years, we changed quite a bit in terms of the digital service committee. If you guys remember, prior to that, we have an application committee and service committee. We'll put them together because they're so intertwined and related to together. The certification committee has moved forward quite a bit with a lot of new things and what we're doing there. LSO, needless to say, the automation has been real important, in terms of grow the overall momentum for MEF. And CBC was a new committee, literally, started within, during the pandemic, and has been really picking up momentum. Daniel has really been the guy and driving behind the growth of it. My heads off to Daniel. Marketing, we changed the marketing a little bit, and used to be we have a committee doing the marketing. Now it's more of a staff-led marketing activities because we see a lot of the nuances and sometimes couldn't really get up. We can't wait for every a month or so to actually respond to the market need. I think staff-led committee has been really productive. The tab I'm going to talk a little bit is a great momentum, and you'll see here shortly. So how do we get there? Basically 3 things: strategy, leadership, and contributors. So let's talk about the strategy a little bit. We have really focused our vision, really evolve a clear technical vision, and to support it by members as well as leadership, and then really embrace changes, because the world is really changing so much. We really see the things that has been really evolving. And from our perspective, we want to make sure that we're leading the industry, and with our member benefit in mind, really help to have a clear vision. We're building the success of carrier Ethernet success and focusing initially on LSO APIs. That has been really a really good growth engine for us, as I mentioned earlier. We developed a really comprehensive bundling of underlay, overlay, and cybersecurity through SASE and SD-WAN standardization. To me, this really could be our foundation for next generation of growth for MEF. So we have an incredible board of directors, except the guy in sunglasses. But it's amazing if you look at the whole the board. It's an envy of the industry in terms of who serving on the board. Obviously we be able to attract the caliber of people on the board has been really is a testimony for the capabilities of MEF and the influence for the industry. We're really pleased that will continue to have their contribution and leadership for MEF, and I'm personally grateful for their support as well for MEF. So with that, I want to thank Amir Hussain, who was the Chief Product Officer of Verizon. He has left Verizon. He was our board member and chairman. So he joined the Liberty LATAM as the Chief Technology Officer and Chief Product Officer. So I can see Liberty LATAM join MEF pretty soon here. So that was just a strategy for us to recruit members. But anyway, thank you so much, Amir, to join, and Verizon in the process of naming a replacement for Amir. So now we look at the technology advisory board. And the reason we created that is that, senior leadership from the, prominent technology providers. And one of the key things is that really bring their perspective to MEF. That's obviously really important and missing. And then as you know, most of the service providers are, most of the board as a provider. Increase the collaboration between the initial communities, between the technology providers and service providers. So here's the leadership. The appointment is in 1 year and nomination thereafter. But look at this advisory board. Is pretty amazing. If nothing else, it's potentially representing, probably $1 billion worth of wealth here. So it is an amazing, clear indication of the MEF influence, and I really welcome. Some of the advisory directors are here. JL Valente is here from Cisco, and yeah. And Craig is here. I saw him earlier today, but anyway, from VMware. So we really pleased to have the people who come in. We just kind of joking around yesterday, with Craig and JL, having a good dinner, really welcome them. But anyway, so I think as they came from a long way. I think you from San Francisco. I think Craig actually came from Cancun, so I guess when you make enough money, you can live anywhere. So, but anyway, so we're really pleased and really grateful for their ability to be able to really help us. We're looking forward to great working session with the team here. Of course, the leadership for our committees and has been tremendous. Without their drive and ability to be able to deliver, and won't be where we are today. So I'm so glad to see some of the people like in person and always on video conferencing, and it's kind of getting old. But Jason has grown pretty long hair within the last 2 years, so. It was kind of interesting to see, but anyway, it was good. So we also wanted to thank Michael Kern from Margis, who is going to be stepping down, but replaced with Michal, who has been, it's pretty much no introduction needed, and he knows everything, and just step right in. So we're really pleased to see the change there, and also. Michael is not going anywhere. He's going to continue helping us in the committee. Just that the co-chair roles need to be step up for Michal. So we're really pleased to see that. Member contributing in many ways. Obviously, the broad expertise is really critical. From product to technology to technical technology to commercials to marketing. It was really cool. The project, we have 62 active projects underway. So quite an enormous amount of work we're actually doing. Last but not least, the results shows, right? 37 letter ballots. For those of you who don't know the term, letter ballot meaning just up for approval, becoming standards right before that. 139 calls for comments. And 830 ballot votes. So it's just, that's reflecting how much work this body has generated and how much work has been produced and move things more of the industry forward. There's some people we always identified as a key contributors, and we call it editor awards, which they be editor, and then the work becoming a standards for MEF. First to identify Ryan Hoffman. I don't think Ryan's here, right? Is Ryan here? Yeah, from Thales. Clearly, hopefully he's online. Well, it's a little too early, probably 1 a.m. for him on the East Coast, on the West Coast. But anyway, Ryan, really thank you very much for your contribution. And I think Dan is here, the editor from Dan. Yeah, thank you, Dan, for being there. For drive the lean NFV, the overview and the framework. So that's been adopted. And then also Mihail and Bartosz has been, enormously productive to get the developers guide, for us to be able to push that into the developer community, be able to develop, the overall standards for MEF. So this has been, I think, that really larger change for MEF. It used to be we just generated paper standards and that's it, let everybody implement. Now we actually, really work into the APIs, so really work into, helping developers to developing innovate. So it's a big shift from our perspective. So, thank you for those who are really helping us to change this direction. Great, thank you. Oh, you're here. That's awesome. I didn't see you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So let's talk about the opportunities and some of the challenges. And opportunity, clearly, we have our opportunity to lead the industry, especially starting with the supply chain automation LSOs. Also, we impact and accelerate SD-WAN and security. Like I mentioned earlier, market is really just where the industry starts taking off on the security. Is such a fragmented. We have our opportunity to be actually build it so that we can be the leading voice and also harness the market together so that we can go faster from the market perspective. Expand our ecosystem to accelerate our strategy and work. So those are the opportunity we identified. As far as the challenges, I think one of the key thing is we want to create awareness and clarity in what we do and why. That's made it pretty clear yesterday in the TAB meeting, where people say, hey, we don't really know, what you guys have done. And I think JL mentioned that and among others. So we really wanted to come up with a plan to really help to make it clear, really crystallize, kind of what we do and then pass that on to the people who actually, in the trenches actually doing the work, move the industry forward in different companies. I think that's one of the challenges we have, and demonstrate the value, we're creating, which is, we know we have done a lot. It just needs to be really reflected into our marketing messages and other, outbound activities. We'll maintain the momentum and embrace changes. I think one thing for sure over the last 2 years, we know that change is inevitable. It's always changing. We always wanted to make sure that we stay in front of it and to be able to get on top of it and actually lead the industry move forward. So we want you to be the MEF evangelist. That's just really one of the things that, if you have 120 some companies, where you're represented in one of the companies, and it's really important. Let the staff know, let me know what we could do to help you, within your company to actually get that message across. And most companies, represented in MEF is pretty large. So we understand that, 1 or 2 person could not really do all the heavy lifting. But if we work with the staff together, perhaps we can, really get that message across within the big companies of our membership. So in terms of where we're going, vision-wise, there's a better way to really accelerate the service delivery and also generate new and more revenues faster and gain the competitive advantages with differentiation. So what we believe better together, the open ecosystem within MEF. So one of the key things, if you think about how the evolution is being, I guess it being followed or pioneered, is that we start building many of the building blocks in order to have complete automated system, automated way to deliver services, not only just the connectivity, but security services and cost services, whatever service it may need, to be able to deliver that as a push a button. So what we're really saying is we want to deliver end user experience, almost like, good old telephony network, where any points can be connected to any given point. It doesn't matter how many service providers in between and how many circuit, switched in between. So from a digital services perspective, we wanted to achieve to get there. So what that means is you really not only to define the service itself, but you need to define the mechanism to be able to automate deliver among the carriers so that you can have that ability to be able to deliver that service end to end, especially the endpoints and also transit, going through multiple service providers. And in addition, you have to be able to have an automated way to settle the bills, right? So that's actually is really key as well. So working, MEF is working on that vision. Ultimately, we want to have a push a button to deliver services end to end. Could that be connectivity services? Could be security services? Could be any other cloud services that could be delivered end to end. And that's the vision we believe our service provider could deliver to our eventual enterprise customers. So we're excited about the journey. We're excited about the vision. But it all start with all of us. Start with today. Thank you. Enjoy the film.